afternoon, everybody. On Positively Tampa Bay today, we're taking a closer look at Alzheimer's disease and how the local chapter of the National Alzheimer's Association is helping close to 200,000 patients as well as their caregivers right here in our community. The Florida Gulf Coast chapter of the Alzheimer's Association provides services to families in Hillsborough, Pinellas, and Polk counties, as well as Hernando, Sarasota, and Highlands. And they also cover several counties just outside of our viewing area. Joining us in the studio with more, we have Gloria Smith, the president and the CEO of the Florida Gulf Coast chapter. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very much for having us today.
Let's start by saying, how do we know it's a real sign of Alzheimer's? So many folks say, oh, you're losing your memory, you must have Alzheimer's. That's really not the case, is it?
Not the case. Alzheimer's has some warning signs, and the researchers say the symptoms probably appear years before we maybe notice it in a family member. Most of the behaviors you'll see are things that affect someone's daily living skills. Maybe they'll have a challenge writing a check. Maybe they pay a utility bill twice or not at all. We talk about misplacing things a lot. Well, I probably misplace my keys every day, but it's when you find those keys in the refrigerator. A place
then it's cause for concern.
There's 10 warning signs that we list on our website that people can go and start identifying how many of those signs they may have.
And you all don't just focus on the patient with the Alzheimer's. You really have a variety of services for the caregivers. Can you give our viewers some examples of how you help them?
Yeah, that's such a big part of our mission, because caregiving is a very difficult task, and we find that caregivers have a higher incidence of depression, injuries, falls, so they need all the support they can get. We do a 24-hour helpline, so I don't care what time it is. If you want to talk to a master's level clinician, there's somebody on the other line that can then help you through whatever issues you're having.
There's no bad time, there's no silly question?
No bad time. Well, when things happen, it's usually not in a convenient time for people.
Exactly.
So we need to be there. It also works with a translation service, so we work with 141 languages as well for that. We do care consultations where we'll meet with the caregiver, or sometimes the entire family, and talk about, what are the current issues that you're experiencing. We try to help them learn the progression of the disease and services they may need. You may not need them now, but let's be prepared.
They can make a family plan.
Exactly, and there are so many issues like legal and financial, but also to learn about some of the behaviors that they may experience in their loved one.
And is there a charge? Is there ever a fee for these services?
Yeah, we're a private nonprofit, and thanks to our wonderful donors, we're able to provide all those services at no cost.
Well, what's the best way for our viewers who may need the assistance to access the Florida Gulf Coast chapter?
They can call the 1-800-272-3900 number anytime. But you can say, we will ask you what county you're in. And we have 8 offices that cover the Florida Gulf Coast. So we'll tell you where the office is. We many times go to the client's home as well if they are unable to get to one of our offices.
Wonderful.
And we also have a mobile office, the Memory Mobile we call it. And so it travels a lot of the rural communities that we serve.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate your visit today. And if you would like to learn more about the Florida Gulf Coast chapter of the Alzheimer's Association and their many services, you can call the helpline at 1-800-272-3900. or you can visit them online at alz.org/FL Gulf Coast.